Okay, it's Sunday night, ending my workout. Got 552 calories in on the Apple Watch. And it's interesting because, you follow the treadmill. The treadmill said 610 by the time I was done, and I got 552 from the Apple Watch. So I try to split the difference to some extent. I'm trying to get 500 calories. And to be honest, it says 550 total calories, 463 active calories, and over 600 calories on the stairmaster. Average heart rate was 124 beats a minute. And I mentioned this in the first video, but I always do intervals. So I get super bored doing cardio, and it's not my favorite thing. I really do prefer lifting, but I'll do intervals. So I'll go from level 6 to level 13, and I do that every minute on the minute. Seems to keep me more engaged, seems to keep me a little more interested in the workout. Or if I set it on like 8 or 9 the whole time, honestly, I'll finish the same amount of calories in about the same amount of time. But there's just something about doing those intervals that keeps me, locked into the workout. So I'm not sitting there staring at the clock. I'm not sitting there staring at the calories go up, but I'm more focused on my breathing, trying to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And to be honest, I'll put on a YouTube video. So like lately I've been pretty set on Sam Solik videos, and I was telling my buddy Torrin John earlier today that for some reason I've been hooked on him grocery shopping, watching kind of the old videos to the new videos, how he purchases food, seeing his learning curve. And I remember going through a similar thing when I was younger, where I was learning about nutrition, what foods were the right foods, what sauces, what oils, what sugars, what sweeteners, what sodas, and over time figured out which sweeteners work better for me in a sense of digestion. Overall made me feel better, made me retain less water, because if you're not aware, a lot of those sweeteners will make you actually retain some subcutaneous water, and giving your aesthetic a bit of a different look, a little more watery, a little less granular. And when you're going into a bodybuilding show, it's all about the detail and the definition. So trying to figure out what sweeteners and sauces and so on make you store less, how much sodium your body requires for rehydration versus just overusing sodium to where your body is now storing water again, is a big deal. And it honestly took me a while to learn. So, that's something that I always encourage people to experiment with. Don't just do what everyone else is doing, because again, what works for one doesn't always work for all. And you want to figure out what works for you. You want to experiment. There's obvious guidelines you want to stick to, right? Like sea salt, Celtic salt. There's so many different kinds of salt out there. Iodized table salt generally doesn't have enough benefit to make it worth it. Is it better than nothing? Yes, I do think it's better than nothing. But we have such better alternatives that you can find out there. And if price is an issue, get resourceful. I'll go to like TJ Maxx. I'll go to Marshall's. Any of those kind of discount clothing stores actually have pretty darn good food sections to where you can find foods that work better for you. Grocery outlet is kind of hit or miss, but honestly you'll find some gems in that store. And Lucky's, if you have a Lucky's, I think they also go by Albertsons, is another one to look into. They'll have filet mignon, generally speaking, by the package, and they're normally about 8 ounces, and they're $5 filet mignon. Super lean, super tasty, and you don't have to break the bank. This isn't something where you have to go to Whole Foods or a local natural food store in order to achieve good ingredients. You can find them all over the place. You just have to pay attention to what you're buying. And so yeah, I think I kind of went off on a tangent there about foods, but really the main thing was cardio. I get my cardio in every day. 1,000 calories has been my non-negotiable, and I try to break it up. So I'll do 500 fasted in the morning, 500 at night, and sometimes I play the calorie game like I was telling you earlier, where I kind of try to split the difference, whether I'm doing 500 calories on the watch or 500 calories on the stairmaster, and I just try to break it in the middle somewhere. But I know I'm getting the work in. Obviously you can tell I'm sweating my butt off, And I just put my head down, put my headphones on, find a YouTube video, pay attention to those intervals, and get it done. So for any of you out there that are struggling to get your cardio in daily, a lot of us do. It is a struggle every day. It is a mental battle. Sometimes before I leave my house, I'll procrastinate for like 30 minutes just sitting on the couch with the kids and goof around because I really just am not the biggest fan. But it's something that needs to get done. It's necessary. It's great for cardiovascular health on top of the aesthetic, of course. But if you're having troubles, try the stairmaster. It's super quick. It's pretty low impact. The rower burns a lot, but I tend to find that my lower back gets more fatigued, which takes away from my lifts the next day and adds to recovery time. And right now I don't really need any of that considering I'm in a deficit. But yeah, for any of you out there struggling with cardio, stairmaster is awesome. Going on walks, getting your 10,000 steps in a day. There's so many different ways to approach this. Just get out there and do it, you know. Again, if you guys have any questions, message me. Feel free. You can always message me. You can reach out to me. Whatever you guys want. I want to make this channel again to help support people out there. And as a 36-year-old father, business owner, family man, it has its challenges in the sense of finding time. So I went this morning, got everybody dialed in. Henry went to his friend's house. Sophie wanted to sleep and just rest because she's still recovering from brain surgery. And Sierra went with her uncle to go swimming. So for me, I had time in the morning to break off, came back home, made some food, hung out with Sophie, and watched some TV, and then met up with the buddies at the gym, and she rested again. And then I got home, we did dinner, everyone was happy, everyone was chilling, kind of doing their own thing, and then I broke off to go do my cardio. So for any of you out there that say you don't have time, I would say to just look in the mirror, do some internal reflection, see where you might be wasting your time, whether it's scrolling, whether it's just procrastination. Because honestly, as a family man, especially if you're a business owner, it's really easy to find excuses all the time. It's really easy to say, man, I don't have the time, I got this, I got that. Make the time, man. Make it a non-negotiable. You'll show up better for your team, you'll show up better for your family, you'll show up better for your friends. It just makes you better all around. So focus on yourself. The more fit I get, the better my life gets. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Don't forget to say thank you to somebody. Hold the door open. Be a good human being. All right, you guys. Good night.